Okie dokie. Looks like we are live. Hopefully, a couple of people will join on this Saturday. If you're watching this on YouTube later, this is a Twitch broadcast that has been archived over to YouTube. I changed a different couple of setups for my last few. It's been a couple of months, I think, since I did a last Twitch broadcast. So I figured I would take a simple-ish game of Cacao. I should say Game Surplus did send me this copy to do a video for, and so I'm very happy to do that. I've played the game 4 times before today, and mostly as a 3 and 4 player game, and I played it 2 player once. I think 2 player is actually my favorite way to play this. So if you're not familiar with the game, I'll kind of try to explain it like as I'm doing the playthrough and stuff, and then I will actually do a review of it more in depth, I guess, at the end of this. So anyway, so you can see there's 2 player boards there. We've got a yellow player on the top and a red player on the bottom, and you're going to be moving your little meeple around over here, and this is going to actually affect your score at the end of the game. I'll zoom in on that a little bit closer. And then you're trying to collect and sell these different cacao beans. So I'll switch here to the main thing. This camera always takes a second to fire up once it's going. And let me fire off and let everybody know we're live here on social media and all kinds of good stuff real quick. So let's do this. So I do hope to keep improving the quality of these. It's been kind of a fun adventure, so to speak. So just trying to check out all the different ways of doing this. You can see I've got the different overlays and trying to look all fancy. So here we've got our main camera focus. You always start with one cacao field. You get these beans from these, and then you get one market. You can see you can sell them for $2 a piece. And then we have a player's hands for, this is going to be the red player, and this will take a second. So you have your own little deck of tiles. You can see those right there. And you draw from these. You always have a hand of 3 of those, and you have these different workers. So you're placing these out here in the middle and basically taking actions of the tiles that it's adjacent to based on the number of workers. Then we can go over here to the yellow player's hand, so you can see there. So we're just going to have the yellow player go first. Now I should say there is actually, you can see next to the player boards, a little stack of tiles there on the left and 2 tiles there. Those you don't actually play, but you'll trigger those to come out by the tiles that you play from your hand, depending on the shape of the board. It's very simple, but it's easier to see than it is to verbalize. So we go back here to player 2, and we'll see. You want to kind of save the ones that have a lot of workers on the edges for the good stuff. But we've got basically, yeah, the same 3 tiles here. I have taken some tiles out of not the player stacks, whoops, but the main stack. There's a different sort of configuration based on the player count. So it doesn't really matter which one of these I play. I'll just go ahead and play that one. And then we're going to move that out to here. And so what I can do here is I can maybe put this guy like so. So in this case, if I left it here, I'm not going to. I would collect 1 of the beans, and then I could sell up to 2 for $2 a piece. But since I don't have any, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So I'm going to go ahead and do that there. And then I'm going to go ahead and collect, as I said, 2 beans. So these would go on the yellow player's board there. You can see those there. But then I can go ahead and immediately sell one of these for $2. And the money here is the victory points. That's how you win the game. And like I said here, you can see these different values there, -4, -1, all the way up to 16 there in the end. That's going to adjust your score at the end of the game. And then there's some other scores and things you can do on the different tiles and stuff. So that is the yellow player's turn. Now, I haven't triggered yet a tile to come out there from the right-hand side over here. You can see there. I haven't triggered that yet, but I'll show you that in a minute. So yellow will actually draw a new tile into their hand. They'll be able to study that. And then we're going to go over to the red player's turn, and he's got a couple of different ones. You can see he's got 1, 1, 1, and he's got a 3 here. He's probably going to save this 3 until he gets something really good. And then let's just go ahead and have him play. Now the 1, 1, 1s are good because you're covering all bases there. So let's have him go ahead and play this middle one. We'll put this out here in the middle, and he'll probably just going to go ahead and do the same thing, which is kind of one of my criticisms of the game. But you could go here, but what you can actually do is he could be a little bit frisky, and he could go here, and this would actually trigger one of those tiles from the side over here to come out. Because once you ever have sort of an angle here or sort of an intersection of player tiles, and you've got a spot here, you're automatically going to be able to choose one of the available tiles and fill those in. Zoom out a little bit there. And so that's sort of a big part of the game. I'll talk more about it towards the end of the game, but depending on how sort of quote unquote aggressive players are with triggering these tiles here to come out, then that's going to sort of dictate how much you get to sort of play on top of your tiles at the end of the game. So I think for fun, I'm just going to do this as a strategy. So red's going to play here. He's going to get one bean there. So we'll go ahead and we'll put one bean here on red. And then he, of course, triggered now one of these tiles to come out. And he's going to go ahead and take this tile here. We'll go back to the middle. And we'll put that there. So what these are actually points that you'll score at the end of the game. Now you can see whoever has the most workers adjacent to this will get 6 points, and second most will get 3. Right now, red's in the lead with 2, and then yellow has 1 there. So there we go. So let's take a look here. Just want to make sure my messages went out really quickly. Oh, some people said I'm going out. Doesn't show anybody in the chat, but oh well, maybe there are people or maybe there aren't. Let me just check the dashboard real quick. Sorry for those watching later on YouTube. They're like, come on already. Go to the dashboard. Oh, so 7 people watching. Okay. That's weird. My little chat thingy doesn't actually show anybody watching. I have a little chat app that's separate from Twitch because I figured it probably is a little bit less bandwidth as I'm trying to upload. But we'll just let that go. Hide that. Okay, sorry for the delay. Let's see, where was I? Okay, so we put that out. That's the red player. He's going for sort of a long-term strategy, smartly or not. And so he's going to draw now a new tile. There's the red player. So it's a very simple game. You just play one of your tiles, and then you might trigger another tile to come out. And so now yellow is going to play. Oh, we should go over here actually, and we're going to draw a new tile off of that. So some more fields. A 1 bean and a 2 bean field are now available. Okay, thank you for acknowledging in the chat. That's nice. I should say something in chat. There we go. Okay, good. So that's working. All right, so now we're going to go back to yellow. Okay, no more monkey business. Now here we're going to see that we have some different ones. We've got the 1-1-1 here. Now we could, let's see what we should do. Okay, so yellow is going to go back here in the middle, and he's going to place there. We'll zoom out a little bit. I wanted to zoom in a little bit there, and we'll go there. Okay, there we go. So he's going to go here. Actually, I'm going to get rid of my mug on that screen. You don't need to see that. And that goes away. Sorry. All right, let's get the hang of this. So we have 2 now on the temple, and then now we've got 1 triggered here. So now we can choose one of these spots here. So we'll go ahead and grab the 2 bean, and we'll move this into the middle, like so. And so now yellow will get 2 beans, and then red will immediately get it, because as soon as you put the tile down, it triggers whatever happens. And so now both players will each get 2 beans. You do have a maximum of 5. 5? Yeah. 5 beans, oops, that you can store on your player boards there. So that is a maximum. And then yellow now will draw here, like so. And then we will have to come out and put out a new tile. See what this is? So this is a market now you can actually sell for $3 a piece. So somebody would like to utilize that, I'm sure. So we'll go back to the red player. Now the red player, he's still got this 3-sided one, which he'd probably like to put against the market. Let's see, or he could try to do it here. Let's take a look at the middle. He could try to do it against this temple here. So let's pretend, kind of work the logic out. He would go here. Then he would pretty much lock up this temple because he'll have 5 workers to 3, and then he's got a 1 here, like that. As if you did this, it would be 3-3, then there'd be a tie and you just split the points. So let's go ahead and do that just for fun. Now I kind of like to play, I'll just kind of spoil the review. I wish there was a way that you could trigger building on top of your tiles more than is currently in the game. I think that would need an expansion, because what happens is once you run out of these tiles here, then you can start spending these sun tokens. You can get these sun tokens from different tiles, and you can spend those to actually build on top of your own tiles, which is really neat. But it like doesn't happen that much, or it can sometimes, but it just kind of depends. So let's just say he's going to go there. So he's kind of locked in that temple, and now he's triggered this spot because there's like a hole here. Because you'll notice like all of the player tiles are on like one diagonal axis, and then all the normal tiles are on the other. So he's going to do that, and then he's going to go ahead and grab this other one that was sitting there, this sell for 3. He's going to put that there. So each player now can sell one of their beans for $3. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll do one here and one here. And this will give the yellow player 5, so we can make some change. And then we're going to add $3 to red, like that. Okay. So that was red's turn. Red will draw a new tile. And then we're going to go ahead over to 3 and put that there. And then there we go. So yeah, I kind of thought, you know, maybe in the middle of the game you could do it, but I would just like to do it like a little bit more. Like there's some games where you like don't even do it, or you do it like one time on your turn where you can build on top. So, but that's like that makes it kind of different. Without that, it's sort of just kind of generic, at least for me. Anyway, that's fine. Let's go to the yellow player. Okay, and the yellow player now has 2 of these that each have 1, and then this one here. So what does the main board look like? Let's take a look. Well, he might want to sell. He's only got 1 bean, the yellow player, but he could probably get some more beans here. And here's an interesting thing that you can try to do is you can like put it here, and you can put a tile here. This would trigger a tile, but only the yellow player would be able to do anything with it. But there's no worker there, so it's kind of pointless there. Now the same with over here as well. I could sell there and then trigger a tile here, but there's nobody there. And the only tiles available, should show, are these 2 1-beaner things. There, shouldn't have said that. That's right. So let's see, where do I want to put this? Okay, let's do this just for fun. We'll put these here because yellow could use the beans. So they're going to get 2 from this one, as you can see, and red will not get anything. And then that'll trigger this other one to come out, and then they'll get another bean from that, like there. So yellow is actually going to get 3 beans. All right, and then this new tile will come out, like so. And just for fun, so you're not looking at my crotch the whole time, sorry, we're going to go ahead and shut that off for that screen. Okay, so we've got now a 4 market there, and that is pretty interesting. So let me just take a look at something. So now that is the yellow player's turn. Yellow will go ahead and get a new tile. And then I'm going to adjust the color balance real quick on that one camera. It doesn't like to seem to save it. What the heck? Yep. All right, so red's turn is going to, oops, that's not red. That's red. So red has these options. And let's take a look at the center of the board again. Now red has 2 beans that they could sell. And let's see. And they have a market that they could do. So let's go back to red's hand. So I think we're going to do the 1-1-1. Take this tile here, put it back out here in the middle. We can put that there. They can sell 1 for 2. And then that will trigger the other one to bring in this 4 here, and they can sell the other one for 4. So they could sell both of these here for 6. So both of these will go out, and we'll get $6 like that. And We'll draw a new tile there. And that's a water. Now the water allows you to, for each worker adjacent to the water tile, you get to move this little meeple up here. And again, this is going to affect your score at the end of the game. So the board now looks like this. Because we put this here, got the sell for that, and then sold the second one for 4. And of course yellow doesn't get to sell anything because there's no worker there. All right, take a look at that. Bump up the contrast a little bit. And white balance a little bit. Okay. There we go. You can see the numbers now better on this camera. The camera that I use there is real wacky. All right, so let's see. Back to whose turn is it? It's yellow's turn. I'll go ahead and draw for red here. All right, now yellow has these options here. Let's see, 1, 1, 1, 1 on all of these. So we'll take a look at the center of the board there. Okay, so yellow has a lot of tokens left. You can see over here, yellow at the top there's got 4 tokens. So we're going to go back to the center. So they want to sell stuff, but they don't have anybody. All they have is these oneers here. So zoom out a little bit as this gets bigger. We can sell 1 for 4. That's not very exciting. We might want to save that spot, hoping that red doesn't take it, and then hopefully get somebody with more workers. We don't really need any more beans. Now we could do, let's do this. We're going to go ahead and put this here. We're going to sell 1 bean for 3, and then we're going to move that water one out here. So we do that, we can sell a bean for 3, which moves us up to 8. And then now we're going to choose to put this water out. This will come out here in the middle, like so. And so we got 1 worker adjacent to the water. There's no worker on this edge here. And we'll go back to, whoops, there we go. And then yellow will move up, boop, 1 spot there. Okay, so now we're going to draw a yellow tile there. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry for the washout on this. It's because there's like the black that I have here on the background. It makes it wash out a lot because it's trying to adjust for the light. Whereas if I had a board, like a Stone Age board or something, I would have a whole bunch of color and it would look very nice. Like this kind of looks pretty nice on camera. So let's move that. Okay, so that was yellow's turn. And we're going to go to red. So what does red have to offer? So red has, okay, so red's going to take advantage of this because they just sold all of their beans. And they can take here now this one right there. And then we're going to go ahead and move this out. And we're going to put him right here. And so he's going to get to move 2 water spots. Well, here's the thing. Well, actually, before I do that, let's look and see what happens with the draw here. Getting ahead of myself. So there's a market of 3 there. And we'll go back to the middle. So if I go here, I can move 2 water spots, and then I can get 2 beans, 2 for each worker. But there's nothing here, and then what do I put out there for yellow? I could just put a bean out or something. But if I did this, I could get 2 beans and sell 1 for 3 if I put the market out there. Let's just do that. Let's come my own bias here. So I get 2 beans for red, and then I get 1 water spot. So what I am going to do, I'm doing this kind of out of order, but it doesn't really matter in this case. But I can sell for 3. So I could get 2 beans and sell 1 for 3. Yellow can sell 1 for 3. And then I'm going to go to 1 spot on the water. So let's do that. So yellow can sell 1 for 3. So I'll just give 2 and then get a 5. And then red will get 2 beans, but then he's immediately going to sell 1 for 3. I'll give 2 and put 5 in there. And then red goes 1 spot on the water, and we'll draw a new tile there. Another bean. Oops. And then red will draw a new tile. All right, so we're going to go back to yellow. Let's see here. The yellow has a 2 banger and then all these 1s there. All right, so let's see. Yellow has 2 beans that they want to sell, but they also want to, well, the only thing out there are these 2 fields here. So those aren't too exciting. which means we're going to have a whole bunch of cool stuff that come at the end, which is fine. Back here. So let's see, we've got this tile here, 2111. We'd probably like to sell for 2, but we have the 4 here as well. And if we go here, we're actually going to trigger both of those fields to come out. So we'll do that, and you actually don't draw as you place. Let's just do that for fun. So yellow's going to sell 2 for 4. Okay, so let's do that first. You sell your 2 for 4, which is a lot. That's 8. So we'll put these 2 in here, and we'll get another 8. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then both of these are going to come out over to the middle. And so, whoops, crap. 1 there and 1 there. So in this case, whoops. So red's going to get 1, and yellow's going to get 1 for that and 1 for that. So yellow will get 2 beans, and red will get 1. So that's pretty good. We sold 2 for 8 and got 2 right back. Of course, we had to balance that with giving red a bean. And then we get 2 of these now. There we go. So there's a sun tile. And these you get, of course, for each worker adjacent. You get a sun tile, and then you have the temple there. Okay, so that was yellow's turn. We'll go ahead and draw this one here. And then we'll go back to red's turn. Okay, so red now has 2 beans to sell. And they probably would like those sun tokens. Now the sun tokens, if you don't use them, they're worth $1. So they're worth a point, basically. But there's also that temple out too. So these are nice. These can be very nice, these 2 tiles over there. So let's take a look. Let's go back to the center. So red has the possibility of having 3 or 1 on certain tiles. And they have 2 beans to sell. See, putting a 3 against one of these markets is a waste because we have only 2 beans. Now, we might put a 3 on this water here. That might be interesting. And then we could put the temple here and the sun tile there. That would give the L player sun tile. But that 3 on the water is going to be pretty cool. And I think yellow will probably end up taking that. Now, you can't see, of course, the hands that everybody has. So, the L player wouldn't know that I have this. So we're going to take this 3er and put this right there, like that. Well, see, that means I'm going to trigger something here that I'm not going to get use from. Okay, let's do like this. Boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to do because I've got these 2 empty edges. Well, I could do something like this. I could put nothing here and then put this 3 there and then either put the temple or the sun tile there. That seems more interesting. I've never played anything like that. So let's do that. So we'll do that. Nothing really happens, but I'll take and put this temple here, like so. Now there's more water tiles in there, so I'm leaving that for yellow, but I don't know. That's 6 points there. And the difference as you move up isn't so drastic at the beginning. It's just kind of a more extended thing. All right. Maybe that was a bad move. We'll find out. So we'll draw a new tile. And then, okay, these are mines here. They look kind of like the markets, but there's a little pit. And that is just, you just get straight money for being adjacent to those. All right, so we'll draw a tile for red. So red there's got the 1, 2, 1. Back to yellow. And yellow's got 1, 1, 1s all the way across there. So we'll go back to the middle. Okay. So where should we go with this? This 1, 1, 1. This would be good. This wouldn't be too bad. He would get in on the temple, at least get some points out of it. He'd move up again on the water, and then I'd be able to put, yep, I think this is an easy call. So I'll do here and here. So I'll move up on the water, and I get to do a new spot. So I go up here, and then I get to put one of these 2. So I could do the mine, which would give me $4 total, or these. Let's do this, because this could come in more handy here. So we'll put this right here. And since I've got the 2 workers there, I'll get 2. You can see these up here, 2 of these sundials. And again, once we run out of this stack, you can actually spend these to place one of your tiles on top of, oops, that's yellow doing that, one of your existing things. So you could change up, who has control here of the temples and so on, or you can trigger, re-trigger a market, so this 4 is not really permanently out of play just yet, but again, that's going to change. So we'll go to here, draw a yellow tile, okay? And see, this is the thing, is I'm being pretty aggressive with how quickly we are draining that stack there. Because if you build in such a certain way that you don't really trigger a lot of these, I should draw a new one actually, another mine for 1, then you're not going to be able to get the opportunity to build on again. So enough harping on that. So now we're going to go to red. And so red's got those options available, the 2 1s, and then the one with the 2 on the side. And then we're going to go look here. So what does red have? Red has 2 beans to sell. They're probably in good shape here, but they could lock that in and then put something here. So if I did like this, that's locked in, and then we could put that mine. That seems like not a bad play even. So we do that there, and then that we've locked in the temple, and we're going to trigger now these 2 mines to come out. And of course I'll put this one here, so I'll get $4, and I'll put this one for a $5, and then yellow, you can maybe see that gets an extra $1. So red will get 5, yellow gets 1. Red gets 5, yellow gets 1. Okay, and then these will come out. And we have another water and another market for 2. Okay, so there we got that. Bump that in a little bit. Deal a new one for red, and now we're going to go to yellow's turn. There. So yellow has 1 1 1s and 1 2 1. Take a look at the middle. Let me just adjust that slightly. That's probably good. All right, so where does yellow want to go? Well, you could go farm up some more of these suckers. There. We could do it here. Ooh, that looks good. Or here. This looks even better. Because the reason I'm thinking about doing this, I get 1 more sun token, and I'm driving down that draw pile, which is good, so I can spend those sun tokens. And here I've got 2, 3, and lo and behold, we have a water over here that we can grab. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll put the water here in the middle. So he's going to get 1 sun token and move up 3 spots on the water. So 1 sun token for yellow, and 1, 2, 3. So he's moving up quite a bit. He's now out of the negative into the positive. Right now he's on the 4. And that, I think, is that. I'll draw a new tile here. We've got 3 left in there. And we'll draw a new tile for yellow, see what he gets. Now he's finally got his 3 and 1. There we go. And now we're going to go to reds. So there's reds options. 2 tiles the same, and then the 1 1 1. Okay, what does he have to do? Now red. One of the things when you play this, you kind of start favoring one player over the other. Let's see. So we have over here what's available. Excuse me, the 2 markets, the 2 and the 3. See those there. And going back to the middle. Red doesn't really have a lot of options. Oh, yes, they do. There's the 1 worker here and the 1 worker there. So they could squeeze something in these spots and possibly trigger the mine again. That's probably not a bad idea. Red does have stuff to sell. So if we take this one here, we move that, we'll get $4 from the mine, and then we can put a tile here. And obviously we want that to be, oh, why not the 3 market? So we can do that. So we can get $4 here, sell 2 beans, which we have, for 6, so a total of 10. Okay, so we'll get rid of our 2 beans, and then we'll get a little 10 chip there. And we'll draw a new tile. There we go. Another temple. Alrighty. So red will draw. Let's see what red gets. Another 1 2 1. Okay. And then we'll go to the yellow player's turn. And I do realize the screen transitions are like sort of off. Like it's weird, and there's like really nothing you can do about it because everything is actually like on a 1.5 second delay, even for me, plus like the 30-second delay for Twitch. Um, but that's because this main camera here um, is like the super high def one that you're looking at, and that one's like super delayed, and then everything else is delayed. But the camera switching, you can't delay that, which is weird. All right, so bounce to here. Okay, so we have this 3-in-1, and then a bunch of 1-1-1s that we can do. Well, 3-in-1 would be good there. Yellow would max out on the water. They would be fully maxed out. They would be able to get in on something. Let's see if I did it here. Yellow has 2 to sell. I don't know if I want a lot of beans at this stage. So here's the mine. I could get $3 though. That's not worth it with 3 workers. I think maxing out. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I could do this. Yep, there we go. This is a little bit better. I can do the 3 here to move up 3 on the water, and then I've got 1 worker there and 1 worker there. And then I can grab, let's grab the temple just for fun, because we're not really, oh, we have 1 temple that we've locked down over here. So this is good. So we can move up 3 water, and then we're in on the temple there in good shape. So 3 water, which will max out 1, 2, 3. Now he's got his plus 16. Red, fortunately, still down here at -4. So he needs to worry about that a little bit, I think. We'll draw the new tile there. Now yellow has drawn their last tile. And you keep playing, basically the end of the game, I didn't say, is once everybody's played all their tiles. So everybody gets an equal number of turns. And then red now has the 2 and the 1s and the 1s. And they should get in on this water, I would think. It's a pretty big swing between -4 and 16. That's going to be ball game. So if I go in here, I can get 2 bumps on the water, and I can sell 1 for 3. And I have another one, and I can sell the other one for 2 because there's a market here. And there's no yellow on that. So I can sell my 2 beans for 5 and go up 2 on the water track. So we'll go up 2 on the water track. So at least I'm at 0. And then, oh, I was looking at yellow. Red doesn't have any beans. Whoops. All right. I don't think I still want to do that. Where was I? Oh, right. Here. I probably want some beans. I can get a bean and sell it for 2 points. Oof. There's no other water here. I don't really want to pull that out. Let's do this. Instead of the market, of course, let's just put this here. So I'll get 2 spots on the water, and then I'll get two beans there. That's a better play for red. It's not that great of a play, actually. So we're going to go here, and he already moved him up to 0. So there's that. And then now this is here, and so we still have to, I'm forgetting. It's been a couple of weeks since I played. I think it's when the stack runs out, or when all the tiles are gone. And it's weird because in one spot it says one thing and another says the other. And we were trying to figure out in the rules, if anybody knows for sure, because last time we got confused, if the draw stack runs out or all the tiles have been played, can you start playing on top? So if somebody knows while I look at the rules, please let me know so we don't have to look at me looking at rules. Let's see, rule time. Overbuilding worker tile. Oh, yeah, okay, there it is. Draw pile and display will run out. It says that actually on, this is sort of the cheat sheet for the tile actions, and then you have the rules here. And I remember the cheat sheet was the one that was more specific. So these have to actually be used up before we can play on there. So there we go. All right, so red's going to draw their last tile. So they have 1-1-1s and those. And then we're going to go back to yellow player. Okay, so they have these ones here. Okay. So what's yellow's got to grab that temple. That seems like unnecessary. Oh, here we go. Easy call. I can put the 1 here. Yellow has some beans. but then I can grab this other temple and put that there. That gets them in on that temple. I'm going to do that. I like the temple idea because they've already got the advantage anyway from being so high up on the water track, because you remember they're maxed out. And I, instead of fooling with, like, getting beans and then selling beans, which is sort of a two-step process, I'm not going to worry too much about that. So I've got that. So now you can see yellow there has only 2 tiles left. And we're going to go to red's turn. So red has the 1/1s and the 2/1s. Let's see, what do we got here? Well, red could try to get in this temple. They could get... Red can't overbuild anything yet, which they probably will want to do because there's only 1 tile left. And they want to build over some of these water spots. So they should get in here and get this. Okay. And they can get in here with the 2. But they're not going to trigger any more tiles. So they'll get 2 tokens and 1 buck, and then they've got a guy in here, so they at least get the 3 points out of that. So we'll go over here to the 2 tokens, excuse me. And then they get a buck for the mine. Okay. Now we'll go back here. Yellow has, both of these are the same. They all got the 1/1s on there. They do have 2 tiles to sell. Where should we go? Let me just study the board here a minute. Could go here. Yeah, I'll go there. I'm not going to think too much about it. The reason I'm going here is I get $1 for the mine. I can sell one of my 2 tiles for 3 bucks, and then that will trigger this one, which red can't necessarily use, and I can sell my other tile for 2. So I get a total of $6. 1, 4, 6. So we'll sell these here. We'll get $6, and now we can start building on top of stuff, and both players are able to do that. So we'll go here to, oops, red. These are the same. So they each have the 1/1s on here. So now red can build on top. So red can, he's going to do that. He's going to spend 1 point, basically, one of these sundials, and then he's going to build on top of one of these waters because he's really got to catch up on the water. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any tiles that have a lot of workers on him. So maybe he could have saved earlier, but I don't want to overthink that too much. He does have 2 beans he can sell. So he could go, so you wouldn't want to go here, for example, just for example. You could see he could go here and cover this up and say, oh, I sell a bean for 4 bucks, but no, you're reducing your influence on the temple. You don't want to do that, of course. If I go here, here's a good one. I get a whole bunch of beans, which I don't really want. I go 1 spot in the water, get 2 beans, 3 beans, and then sell 1 bean for 3 bucks. That's not that exciting. Too bad you can't build over top of other people. That would be cool. All right. Well, what's the difference? So if I move up in water, I have it basically, I'll net 2 points. So I'm at 0 for red, and I go up to 2. So it's a bunch of math now. I don't know. I could go here, just play the same tile. Doesn't change this. Still winning that, but I get 1, 2, 3, 6 points there. That's probably a good net. Or I could go here. I would net 2 there. I could sell 1 for 3, so that would be a net of 5. I already have this, so that's worthless. I'm just going to go here. Screw it. That's the most points. So I get 3 plus the 1 that I sell for 6. So sell that. Give me the 6. Okay. Then we'll go back to yellow. So yellow's got a turn and red's got a turn. And they both have these 1/1s here on these tiles. Now yellow doesn't care about water. They've locked in this temple. This temple's pretty locked in. Where's the temple they don't? This one, yeah, that's not going to help them if they go there. They have no beans to sell. I could go, I could go here. I could get 2 beans and sell one of them for 4. That's pretty good. I don't need water. Let's do that. I'm just going to go there. I'm going to get 2 beans and sell one for 4. So 2 beans, 1 for 4. I'll send a 1 in, so I'll get a 5 back. Okay. Oh, I didn't spend their sun token to build over. Now red gets to go, and red is probably going to overbuild. Let's see, maybe it's not a, maybe there's a better spot. I don't see it. Let's see what I see. We get to do water again. I could go here. Go here, it doesn't really matter. I think this one will let me sell. I'll get 2 beans, a water. That doesn't matter. And then I can sell a bean for 3. I don't think there's anything better. I've got 1 bean already. I'm not going to be able to sell both of them. I could sell for the 4. I get 2 markets here. Let's go here, because this isn't going to matter. And just the 1 water, that's only a net of 2 points. But here, I can get another bean and then sell both beans for 6. So let's do that. Okay, so we go there. We get that second bean, and then we have the 2 market actions, and we sell for 6. And then now we can total up the points. So I'll do that real quickly. We'll do, I think yellow won, so we'll do them last. So this is a net of 0, and then this basically counts as a point. So I'll just turn it in for a point. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 41. 41 for red, if I did that right. Yellow's got a bean left over. They have 16 here, so we're going to do 16, 17, 18. You don't really have to change it up. I'm just doing it. 19, 20, 30, 48. So not too much of a difference, but if red had gotten up here a little bit, it would have been a lot closer, and maybe red would have had a better shot to win the game. So there you go. That is Cacao. Hopefully that was enjoyable. How long did that take me? 40 minutes. The game does not take that long to play. Okay, so it is so the review part. I do kind of like it as a 2-player better because you can sort of see what the other opponent has available to them, and then make just a little bit more informed decisions. But this is a really, really, really light family game, and it plays good with the family. Oh, temple majorities! I forgot. I forgot to score those. Good call. Let's do that. Thank you. Okay, so yellow had 48 and red had 41. I think yellow's going to get most of these. So yellow's got this one. You actually mark these with the beans. So yellow gets a 6, and red will get 3. And then we'll do this one. So yellow's still in the lead by a lot. Now red will get 6 here, and yellow will get 3 there. So that's kind of a wash. Those 2 wash. This one is another yellow 6. Red gets nothing on that. So yellow's even higher. And then this one here, 3 to 2. So red gets 6 and yellow gets 3. But I don't know what the final score is, but yellow definitely still won the game. Yep. Thanks for that. But yeah, so you can be a little bit more influential in what you do with a 2-player game. With 3 and 4, it's a little bit more wide open. There's a few more tiles in the stack with that many players. So like I said, the whole overbuilding is like the real interesting part for me, just because you have that to think about during the game. So you're like, okay, do I hold this one, and then I can put that on a water or something to get that last bump of water that I really need. So you might put something adjacent to water that has none of your workers adjacent to it because you've got something to score immediately, whereas the water is more of an end game thing kind of stuff. So it's cool, it's neat, and it's super light, and I think it is definitely one of those family weight games. There's not really any bone in my body that says this is something that is going to repel a lot of plays. It's not going to withstand that. But it's fun. It's cool, and the components are nice. Very colorful. Cool theme. Just collecting beans and trading beans, and then it's very abstract and stuff. So anyway, I kind of just wanted to try the new stuff on Twitch. I've now got 5 cameras, and I'm happy with all the cameras, and I'm happy with the quality. I had to tweak some settings and stuff like that. I now have the graphics card rendering it versus the CPU, which I think makes this a little less choppy. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch it. I did some tests last night. So that's good. I'm happy about that. And I tweaked a bunch of other stuff, technical stuff. Um, so the next thing I think I want to do is I'm going to try to, because now I have these cameras here, these little guys, and I can move them around and they're on stands. And, oop, that's not the right one. And so you can see one of them there. I have the same, I'm holding the same one as this. And so I can move these around and stuff. And I want to do the planeswalkers, but I have a bunch of Heroscape terrain. And so I can put the cameras in cool spots and stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. I actually have to dig out all the Heroscape terrain and do all that stuff. So hopefully everybody enjoyed that. I know it wasn't super, uh-oh, my mouse is gone. What happened? Oh, that's weird. My mouse died. So how do I stop the stream? That's strange. I'm trying to stop the stream. Strange. Okay, I'll be right back. There we go. Sorry for that. Anyway, so there we go. Stream forever. Yeah. So I appreciate everybody watching. Those of you that were watching, and just shoot me questions or something on Twitter if you think about it. But I'm just going to go ahead and shut down for now. Thank you.